Hey, what's going on everybody? Scott Hilse here with you today. I am in a rant type of mood. And I know a lot of you guys have wanted another rant. Like, I haven't done a rant since the dropshipping cons that nobody really talks about, the personal dropshipping cons. It's because today I caught up on all my messages. I've been in Disney World for a week. My friend's house burnt down, so I actually took her to Disney World to get away from it. And so I couldn't catch up on a lot of my messages. So now I'm catching up on a lot of my messages, and it's like, you'd be very surprised, one, to know how many people tell me I should make certain types of videos that I've already made, like pretty much word for what they're requesting. People are getting pissed at me as if I'm obligated to answer their question in my inbox. I had like 2 different old guys from actually around my town start like yelling at me saying I'm unprofessional, literally because I wouldn't call them so I could talk more about dropshipping with them. Like, it's just stuff like that that kind of gets on my nerves, which brings me into these moods where I can just rant and rant and rant. So like, this rant's very important. Other people's opinions, why do they matter to you? It doesn't matter at all. Gary Vee talks about this all the time, but this is something I've always thought of since I was like 8 years old. Why the hell would someone else's opinion ever stop you from doing what you want to do? That's this weak ass mentality. And if that stops you, you definitely don't even deserve to get whatever it is you're trying to do. Oh, Scott, my parents are unsupportive. Oh, my friends just don't understand me. Like, I literally can't work without like other people working with me. Weak. Quit that bullshit talk, okay? It's just stupid. Like, oh man, I'm so far past that mentality. It's ridiculous. But I do want to give some examples of where I fell fault to that mentality and what could have been the result of me not falling fault to that. Could have been immense, and I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to get into many other things where other people try to inject their opinion, but I didn't really let them, and then they ended up being dead wrong. And if I would have listened to them, it would have stopped me from becoming what I am today and what I might become in the future. So I just want to cover all this in this video. It is going to be a rant type video. I don't know how long this is going to be, but a lot of people definitely need this advice. All right, so I guess I'm just gonna keep this all in chronological order. I'm gonna go from the very first time I pretty much listened to another person's opinion. I was 16, I just moved into my second high school because my first high school, I hated it. I didn't wanna go there. It took like 13 essays for me to convince my parents to not send me to this stupid private school around here. Like, the dumbest thing ever. I hated every second of it. I hated it before I even got there. Finally, I got to the public school, which ironically is like the number 5 best public school in the nation. I don't know why they just wouldn't send me there. Like, that is just a whole nother ordeal. But anyway, I finally got there, and like, I was a very creative kid. I like creative endeavors. I love doing what other people didn't do. So like from 8th grade till about sophomore year of high school, me and my friends actually made around 250 videos, 270 videos. So before even YouTube was a big thing where like people can actually make money, I was making so many videos. Like, I was doing the lifestyle type videos, the vlog type videos, and I was so ahead of that curve, but I had to get a job, unfortunately. But that's actually another part of this entire rant. I'll get into that later, but remember that I had to get a job and stop the YouTube, unfortunately, for a specific reason. But the reason I want to get into today is, so sophomore year, I got this awesome camera. I was super excited about it. I was taking these crazy cool pictures, like trying to be as unique as possible with it. And like, I would take these photos and put them on Facebook. And actually one photo at the time got picked up by Canon. It was chosen as the photo of the week. And I was only 16 years old. I'm like, holy shit, like, this photo just got 1,500 likes, and this would have been like 4 or 5 years after Facebook even came out. So like, it was unheard of to get 1,300 likes on a photo. Like, that was just insane, especially on Facebook. And around the same time, I was actually getting a lot of popularity on this app, GIFboom. I think I had like 20,000 followers on GIFboom. And also around that time, that's when Instagram came out. So I was like really on top of all these platforms at this time that I'm referring to. I made one post on my GIFboom and I got 2,500 followers on my Instagram, like just like that. And guys, this is within like 2-3 months of Instagram even coming out. I was getting average 200 to 300 likes per photo and like 60 comments. Just really on top of the charts, like right off the bat. And I was hitting the trending page and all this. And I'm sorry for this story to drag on a lot, but this is important details. So what ended up happening is these kids started seeing it at my school. It was mainly this fucking kid, Alex, who I never even talked to before, but they were like picking on me. They TP'd my house 6 times, which is hilarious. They were like constantly talking shit to me on Facebook. Like, just like half of them I never even met before or talked to before. So I was like, this is ridiculous, but it just kept coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. So much so that I let another person's opinion take over my own intentions, and I actually stopped posting on Instagram pictures of myself because I was like because that's what they're making fun of mostly, because I guess they're insecure about their own looks. I pretty much stopped taking photos too because like I was getting picked on so much. It wasn't by like the whole school. It was just this specific group that just kept hammering into me literally for taking photos. So like, again, Huge mistake on my part. I let someone else's opinion get the best of me. I could have been extremely huge on Instagram and YouTube and whatever, because I already had that platform established right from the get-go. I'm talking within months of Instagram coming out, but I let another person's opinion stop me, and that is a lesson you guys should learn right there. Story, I'll try to get through this real quick, but it's a heavily detailed story. Basically, I had these massive non-cancerous tumors growing on my chest. I think they look disgusting. To get the surgery removed was $7,000. My parents definitely wouldn't pay for that. Insurance wouldn't pay for them because it wasn't like surgery. It wasn't like a necessary surgery, they deemed it. So like I just had these huge things jutting out of my chest. I hated them. It definitely drained my confidence a lot of the time. So what I actually had to end up doing was junior year. So the second year of this high school I worked so hard to get to finally, I actually had to get a job as a busser, and this is when busing started. I literally started as a busser in order to eventually gain $7,000 to get this surgery so I can actually move on with my life. I felt like I was always conscious of it, and it held me back so much. So anyway, 2 years to have $7,000 saved up. I wanted to quit so many times. My parents wanted me to quit so many times. And actually, when I finally got around enough to actually get enough money, like 2 years worth of hard work, Wednesday through Sunday sacrificing pretty much all my social life in high school because of this. Like literally I didn't have a weekend, couldn't go to the football games because I needed to get this surgery. I know that was priority number one. I was getting close to my money goal. My parents actually threatened to kick me out of the house if I went and got this surgery. Basically ready to sacrifice that. Like it doesn't matter. I knew I needed to get this, something in my brain. I knew it, because at the end of the day, guys, only you are gonna know what you need. Who cares what other people think? Who cares what other people feel? Or other people's opinions, fuck them all. It doesn't really matter. So anyway, I ended up getting that surgery, and if I were to listen to my outside sources, I probably would have not gotten that, and I definitely wouldn't be the person I am today. Definitely wouldn't have the confidence I have today, and I definitely just wouldn't be the person I am today. Wouldn't have had the confidence to make certain moves and everything. So yeah, that was actually all pre-dropshipping. So now, sure, a lot of you guys want me to get into the dropshipping, or basically digital marketing subjects on this topic in my personal life. This next story is actually going to go to the very beginning of my dropshipping career or whatever. It was about 2 years and 1 month ago I started digital marketing, and I remember I just dropped out of college like 4 months ago. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew two things. I didn't want anybody telling me what to do, and I wanted to move to LA. And so like rule number one, I didn't want anyone telling me what to do. That's why when these people are expecting me that I have to respond to their messages, or like I have to get on a phone call, or it's not professional. It's like literally this guy said, "You are conducting business in such an unprofessional manner. You need to go to a business school and get a business degree." It's like, man, last time I checked, I make about 10 times the average business degree graduate. So I think your priorities are all messed up. But anyway, so I wanted to get into digital marketing. It was 4 months after I dropped out, and that's when Ty Lopez started his social media marketing agency course. I'm like, perfect. This is exactly what I need. Everything I've like developed in my brain, now I have something to apply it to. Boom. I went for it. When I brought it up to my parents, they said I would never succeed in it. It must be a scam. There's no reason to even try. All of this. I wanted them to pay like half of the tuition, which it was $1,000 at the time, so $500 each. They couldn't do that, whatever. I only had like $1,800 in my bank account, so I just spent $1,000 on the course, whatever. Worked on it. I didn't really like the idea of getting clients, because then you're kind of working for someone else. I didn't want that idea of like having to pick up the phone when the client calls. None of that. So I actually didn't pursue that, but I'm grateful for Ty Lopez for exposing me to digital marketing, because that actually led to me getting into drop shipping. When I got into drop ship, again, if I would have listened to my parents, I wouldn't have even started this digital marketing. I wouldn't be talking to you guys right now. I wouldn't have the money I do. I wouldn't be living where I am. I'd probably be in a 9-to-5 job somewhere around here, you know, not even making close to the amount of money I do. So again, that's another opinion that just does not matter. Do not listen to them. A lot of you know my story. I started this one product dropshipping method. Nobody was doing it at the time. There was no results for it. Anybody you see who's doing one product dropshipping now, I guarantee you it is because of me. There is zero data on it beforehand. I like to be unique. I like to be different. I like to try new things, because what's the point in doing something the same way everyone else is doing? You know, I'd rather be in the minority and just bring something new, like just be something new, start a trend, not ride a trend. So I started this one product dropshipping, and if you guys want more information on that, I'll leave a link in the description below. It didn't work out at first, and guess what? I quit. I actually quit. It was the same case, same website, same everything. I quit. I moved to LA, and 3 months later, I actually started the website up again, but I knew Facebook ads a little better. I had a better strategy in mind. The first 2 months, I scaled it to, I think, $40,000. I'd be posting about it in like e-commerce Facebook groups, because that's actually where I got most of my help from. It was mostly trial and error, and then Facebook groups like questions. So many people are like, oh, that's gonna die, you know, that's gonna die. Oh, you can't sustain that. There's no long-term plan. All these people who have never even gotten close to the numbers I was putting up were just getting jealous and trying to tell me how to do things and how it wouldn't work, just to, you know, overlay their own insecurity inside of not finding success in dropshipping, doing it the same way as everybody else. So if I would have listened to them, I would have been like, oh, maybe you're right. And then I wouldn't have thought deeper on how can this be a long-term plan. I wouldn't have thought deeper on how can I scale better. I wouldn't have thought all these things that end up working and scaling to $210,000. So again, a lot of opinions out there. Don't listen to any of them. Only you know what you're doing, right? So anyway, around this time, I'm like, okay, I want to see if this would work for other people. So that's actually when I started Simplified Shopify 1.0. It used to be called Simplified Shopify until I got sponsored by Shopify, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna need to take that down. It's a trademark. I started the Simplified Shopify, and I was like, hey, listen, anybody who wants this for free, you can have it for free. It's just 8 videos on how I was able to make $40,000 from one iPhone case. Here are the step-by-step videos. This is kind of like a side story, but there's so many people I sent that link to, and I didn't get a response until a year later, and then they're still expecting me to let them in for free after they saw how effective it is and how they let a year go by and they expected the same free deal. No, it's just like, that was the beta group. Like, you should have believed in me, and you should have taken advantage when I did. So there's this kid I worked with who was born into, like, you know, a really rich family. So he's very insecure inside about, you know, his life being a little empty, about how, like, he literally doesn't really have to face too many trial and errors, how he won't really feel too successful in general because everything has been handed to him and everything will be handed to him. So he doesn't really have to worry about much. And guys, accomplishment is so rooted to happiness and fulfillment. It's insane. So like, a lot of these kids born into a super rich family have massive insecurities because they know for it. I call them snodsmiths. Like, I call all these people snodsmiths. That's just the term I use for it, because they are so snotty and so inside, and they literally get their confidence from their parents' accomplishments. Like, how sad is that? That you literally get all of your confidence from your parents' accomplishments and you really haven't done shit. Like, I know plenty of people like that, and it's funny because multiple snodsmiths like that have literally given me grief, like literally talking shit on me for no reason. It's like, congratulations, your dad has a successful business. Why are you putting your insecurities so hard on me? Just because I started something from the ground zero and I did not come from wealth at all. But anyway, this person was like, hey, I thought you were gonna stop posting about that program. Huh? And he would just say weird shit like that. Why do you care so much that I'm posting about a free program that I'm giving away to people? And ended up, one of the kids in that program, in the free program, he ended up doing $174,000 on his store and then sold it for 40 grand. Nowadays, he's doing over 5,000 a day, all because of this free program I was given to. But like, this kid, one, he didn't try it out, but two, he was just trying to tear me down because I was trying to help people or because I did something on my own. And again, it's just like, the people like that, again, I call them snodsmiths. It's just a term I use. It's just so sad. It's just so sad. They literally like to drag anybody down. I just never got that mentality. Maybe because my parents definitely don't even make 6 figures combined, like not even close. So these kids, I guess their parents are hopped up on fucking prescription pills all the time, or they're angry all the time, stress of whatever they do. But that's just something I've noticed. Like if you're born into a rich family, like, I definitely don't view you any differently than someone born into a poor family, but I definitely will view you differently if you think you deserve special treatment because you were born into a rich family, or because you're born into a rich family that you're ultimately excused from treating people properly and stuff like that. Like, I can see through you so easily. It's ridiculous. So again, if I would have listened to him, I would have been like, yeah, man, you're right. And then I would have went into my little shell and not promoted the program, which now has 2,200 people and is changing lives across the world. That is an opinion that I definitely am glad I didn't listen to. And it's hilarious to even do that. Like, I had another snodsmith type person message me, and he was like, what's your overhead? What's your overhead? Man, I don't really even know what that fucking word means. Like, I just pay Shopify $27 a month and run Facebook ads and then order inventory. Like, and then he was like trying to call me a scam because I didn't know what my overhead is. It's like, I don't think you even understand the basis of my business model. I don't know. And then there was also this another snodsmith kid who actually joined my group and then would like, I like looked at his progression chart, didn't watch any of my videos, would talk shit on everybody following the one product format, post screenshots. A lot of you guys in the Simplified Dropshipping program know this. Post screenshots of his friend's store that he's collaborating with, and then be like, the one product method low-key doesn't work. It's like, man, I can see behind, like, you're messaging me saying you're losing hundreds of dollars and you need help. You're messaging other students who are messaging me saying like, why is this kid promoting this stuff? And then like messaging us saying he's losing money. Like these kids who weren't raised right are acting out in a way that society has never even seen before. Literally doing anything to try to find confidence within themselves, usually by bashing others, because their confidence is solely rooted in the parents' accomplishments. Like, it's just ridiculous. Oh yeah, and then one other thing I want to cover, when I dropped out of college, literally everyone said, you're gonna end up homeless. This kid in my fraternity, this brotherhood I just joined, all these people were like refusing to talk to me now, refusing to associate myself, saying that I'm no longer a member even though it's a lifetime brotherhood, saying how I'm gonna end up homeless, how I'm gonna end up on the street, and if I do, that I better not call them because they're not gonna give me a place to live. Like, these are literal quotes coming from these people. My parents were saying it's an awful idea. Pretty much everyone around me was saying it was an awful idea but myself. And like, I was the only one who really believed in me at the end of the day. Like, yeah, I had friends who were by my side constantly, and that is awesome. Like, I'm not hating on them at all. Like, the people who stood by my side actually fucking communicated that to me and like checked up on me after I dropped out of college. Those are the people I'm down with today. Not the people who gave up on me and now trying to get back into my life now that they see it actually worked. From their perspective, the people who still stood by my side, I could see how it'd be hard for them to fully believe in me, because dropping out of college, it is pretty crazy. Like, I remember the first time I Googled it in college, like, I felt so crazy. I'm like, I am just insane right now, even Googling this right now. I thought college was the way to go. And then I started seeing signs, started listening to myself more, started believing myself more, and started realizing the college path is gonna make me end up in the 97% of the nation's population that is unhappy. I wanna be part of that 3% that is happy, that does whatever they want every day, that doesn't have to ask off to go somewhere, that doesn't have to worry about money really, doesn't get told how much money they get made for what they do, doesn't have a limit on anything. I didn't want any of those restrictions on my life. I wanted a life full of freedom, and I knew dropping out of college, maybe that's not the route for everybody, okay? But I knew for myself, dropping out of college at that moment that I moved into my fraternity for the first day ever, the first day I was a member, I knew that moment was the moment I decide, do I want to end up like everybody else in this world, or do I want to make my own route and believe in myself for once and take a vast jump and jump right into this world and go at it all the way? And I'm so glad I did. Yeah, the year I dropped out, worst year of my entire life. I'm not gonna get into the details. If you guys knew what was going on behind the scenes, like not many people even do, it was intense, like very, very intense. Most depressed moments of my life for sure. All I was a buster. Like literally, I was gonna move to oh, here's a good story. I was gonna move to LA with this kid, right? We found the perfect place. We were about to sign, and then he's like, hey bro, I don't think I can live with you. Like, this is the only guy I knew in St. Louis who was moving to LA. Hey bro, I don't think I can live with you. Like, I just don't think you have enough money, and that Uber plan you have is like, seems really sketch. Like, that could definitely fall apart. So this guy didn't believe in me at all, okay? I'm gonna loop back around this. So like, I was actually supposed to move to LA like 5 months earlier, but because he didn't think I had enough money, because he's like, I have 10 grand saved up, bro. How much do you got? I ended up moving to LA, and I was like pretty lonely out there. I'm not gonna lie. I had like 1 or 2 friends, but I didn't see them too consistently, and it took a while to even make those because LA is such a fake place, and I'm a fucking Uber driver. I don't have really associates. I try to hit up this kid for 4 months straight. I hit him up 7, 9 times. He always has an excuse or literally doesn't respond. Like our last 2 texts, he didn't respond to me asking what he's doing. This guy hits me up 2 months ago and goes, how we living, bro? How we living, bro? Fuck off, you fake ass motherfucker. You're literally having the nerve to hit me up a year later saying how we living, bro, after you like ghosted me 7, 8 times when you were the only person I had in LA that I actually knew a little bit, and then you also ditched me because I said I didn't have enough money. Because you thought you were a big shot having $10,000. I've made quadruple that in a day profit before, so you can get the hell out of my face. That's what I'm talking about. Like, these people around you are not gonna believe in you, so quit expecting them to believe in you. And then people are like, oh, woe is me, like no one believes in me. Like, my life's so hard, no one believes in me. Fuck you. How about you just go get a job, okay? I'm not here to give you the fake like encouragement. I'm not gonna give you these encouraging words. I'm gonna tell you how it fucking is. No one's gonna believe in you. You gotta believe in yourself. Nobody's gonna really believe in you as much as yourself. And if you really expect other people, like I had people in college who literally wouldn't eat for a day because, I mean, none of my friends can go to the dining hall with me. Like, are you really that weak that you can't go and be seen eating alone? Oh my God, what is wrong with people today? What is wrong with people today? So many weak-willed individuals. I'm not being judgmental. I'm just calling it as it is. Like, the people who are that way need to hear this shit right now, right here, right now, because their parents obviously aren't telling them, as you can see from my stories. Man, I'm gonna raise my kids way differently than that. Like, you guys can see I'm getting amped up about this, because here's the conclusion of all this. At the end of the day, no one's gonna believe in you, so quit expecting it and quit blaming others for what you're doing. Does another person's opinion really have that much effect on you to absolutely morph your future for the worse? You really believe that? Or is it you're morphing your future by the worse by being satisfied with having confidence in your parents' accomplishments, or being satisfied on tearing other people down because of your insecurities, or like all that? Do you really actually put value on that? Guess what? I was there too, but I was there like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Not everyone gets there as soon as me, but the sooner you get there, the better. Trust me in these words. You will not regret it. Quit listening to other people's bullshit opinions, because it's never, ever gonna help you out. Here's the only opinion you should care about. Someone, you find whatever it is you wanna do, you contact that guy, or contact anybody who's done whatever you want to do. Listen to every word they say, block out everybody else. Everybody has an opinion, but look where it got them. When someone gives you an opinion, look at where they are in life. If you really want to get there and be the exact same way they are, congratulations, follow all their advice. But if someone's in a position in life and a mentality in life that you do not want anything to deal with, don't listen to a fucking word they say. You can even call it out on them. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I know How to Win Friends and Influence People. Andrew Carnegie would say, like, only speak positive things, but like, that stuff is what really bothers me, because that stuff, as you guys saw in the early part of my teenage career, that's what stopped my development hard. Like, nobody, it was unheard of to think you can make money off Instagram. Like, this thing just came out a couple months ago. You can make money off of a social presence. Like, this made no sense. Me and my friend Nicole Amy, I never met her in person, but we always communicated on GiftBoom. We want to meet up soon. It would be super fun. We're pretty prominent on GiftBoom. We're talking about this, like, if we only knew how much money and how good of a life you can have by just having a strong social presence online, it would have changed everything. It would have changed all of our decisions, the way we promote everything. But we were doing this for fun, and that's what's crazy to me about it. We were doing this for fun, and people were tearing us down. I wasn't taking photos because I wanted to be a pro photographer. I wasn't making Instagram because I thought I was the coolest and hottest thing ever. Fuck, I was just like, holy shit, I really didn't get too much attention my entire life. I'm getting thousands, tens of thousands of followers on this platform. Of course I'm gonna keep posting. Of course I'm gonna keep posting. Money wasn't even close to it. So like, that's what it was, okay guys? They're trying to stop me from something they knew they had no chance in hell of ever achieving, and that's what irked them inside. And funny enough, nowadays those kids who were picking on me, like, again, half of them I didn't even know, which was kind of hilarious to know how weak they were. All those kids now have like 9-to-5 jobs, and they're all alcoholics, and they're all doing the same bullshit. A lot of them still living with their parents. Like, no wonder you didn't see the value in what I was doing. Like, you're way behind the times, obviously. But yeah, guys, that's just a crazy rant I want to go on. Like, you guys need to quit listening to people who message you hateful things. Like, I literally get told 5, 6 times a day to kill myself on my ad for my Facebook, on my Facebook page. Like, literally people are just messaging me saying like, kill myself, or like hang myself, or like do all this crazy shit. It's like, there are so many angry, insecure people out there. And is that really the people you want to listen to for advice? I don't think so. No one's gonna believe in you. Like, people still don't believe in me today. Like, they just, like, they'll see me skateboarding around here, or like, I had this one guy, I was coming up to my roof the other day, I had this one guy be like, what is that camera for? And I was like, well, I'm actually like filming YouTube videos. It's like part of my job now. And he's like, all right, that's cool. And it was like, bro, this is not a fucking hobby of mine. Like, I'm making good money just off YouTube ad revenue, and that's off to you guys. So thank you so much for that. Like, my friend Elixir has over 100,000 subscribers. He said he's never seen a CPM as high as mine, because I'm putting out quality content out there that nobody's putting out there, because everybody has this stupid, weird agenda to be like everybody else, and they're forgetting about authenticity. And there's people who are out there who, I've had so many complaints on my cursing. People will literally message me and be like, hey, I think you should really stop like cursing so much. It like really isn't that professional, and like I really don't enjoy it. Fuck off, don't watch my fucking videos. Like, goddamn, like this isn't 1970, and I don't need to pretend to be someone I'm not. This is who I am. Take it or leave it, or get the fuck off my channel. It's like really annoying. You're so caught up in tones of speech. Like, words are just tones of speech. You're literally caught up in certain tones that is a curse word, and you're like, okay, all that information was extremely valuable, but Scott, you gotta quit with the cursing. Come on, man. Like, oh my God, shut up. Like, shut up. Look at Gary Vee. I'm not trying to be Gary Vee at all. I'm just trying to be myself. I'm just saying Gary Vee curses way more than me. Like, he's like fuck all the time. And I don't curse that much, but I do curse. And it's gonna be incorporated in when I'm speaking because I'm doing this all off the dome freestyle. Again, I didn't think about this idea for this video and literally until about 20 minutes before I started shooting because I like to go off the dome. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's authentic. And guys, that's just the way you need to be. Be authentic to yourself. Don't let these other people's opinions seep into your brain and then change who you are just because secretly they want to change who they are, but they just don't know how to. So they just like try to fuck with you all the time. It's just crazy. But as soon as you escape that mentality, you're going to find peace in your mind and it's going to be an amazing experience and you will not regret it. That's the end of this video, guys. I'm feeling drained after that. Hopefully you learned more about me. Hopefully you learned more about yourself. And hopefully you just learn to not take these stupid opinions from these stupid people who have never done what it is you're trying to do, which is 99.9% of these people with opinions. You know what you're doing. Follow your heart, follow your head. I know it sounds cheesy, but all these decisions I've made, I followed my heart. It's weird. I don't want to get too far into details on that, but like all these decisions I've made in the past 2 years, something in my brain told me to, and I went with my instinct over someone else's that doesn't even matter's opinion. That's what you should take from this video. So if you guys like that, please hit like. I know that was a long rant, but please hit like. That helps me send me to the trending page. My page is growing like crazy. I'm glad you guys are liking what I'm putting down. It's just I'm keeping it real. On YouTube right now, you don't really come across realness too much. Like look at like Shane Dawson and Logan Paul, like they're just overly ecstatic all the time. Like nobody's really like that, and I don't really want to be like that. I always is going to keep it real. Like if you guys saw my trip with a pro dropshipper or a day in the life of a pro dropshipper, those are my only two like real vlogs. I never pretended to be like someone else in those videos, but I feel like a lot of these people do, and that's something I definitely won't ever do. So you guys know I always keep it real and be myself because as the stories I told in this video, I did learn from the mistakes from the past and I saw where it could have gotten me, but unfortunately I listened to these stupid ass people who wanted me to stay right in their place and do less than them or equal. So that's the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Again, be sure to subscribe and turn post notifications on so you can know with any and all questions I answer within an hour of each video. Most of you guys know this by now, so I'll see you guys in the comments. Be sure to hit like. Again, that helps me out so much, and just thank you so much. Be sure to check out that link below, simplifiedDropshipping.com. That's how I was able to do one product drop shipping. That's how it got me to where I am now. That's how I have all these stores. And my boy Joseph X finally is releasing another song today at 4 p.m. What time is it? 3:37 p.m. So literally right when I get done like editing this video, that song will be out. I'm gonna play it right now. Woo-hoo! Wait till you guys hear this drop. Oh my God, thank you. The link's gonna be in below for that song too. So peace out, thanks.
Running out of words, I wrote a word of weave and white cliff. I don't wanna be out on the road without shook. I don't wanna play none of the games that we get into. I don't think there's nothing I can say that will convince you. I would do like anything to go and get the dollars up. Happiness the only thing that God would never promise us. Off to other galaxies that we meet up and down it up. We can smoke the cookies like a couple of kilometers, and I'll be your barometer. It's well decided.